welcome back, bots and bits fans, to a segment that I like to call Today I'm taking you through the Mechfans toys MF-35 Laserwave. They're oversized Iron Factory Bridge Watcher. So I'm just here, just watching this bridge. Someone's got to do it. Sam, or Sam as he refers to himself in the third person, will often sit here for hours, just monitoring bridges. Doctors speculate that not even he truly knows why. So, you know, it's hard work. Hey, get off the bridge. Come here and say that, you little tit box.
I'll smash you, mate.
Shit. Oh, shit. Shit, run. Fucking run. Now, this isn't the only KO of this guy. There's also a Pocket Toys version running about for a little bit cheaper than this, I think. And it has the exact same colour scheme as the Iron Factory does. But anyway, the box has some clearly knocked off IDW artwork on it. A few pictures on the back, and that's pretty much it. As usual, before we get into Laserwave himself, we're going to scroll down here and take a quick look at all of his accessories. And Mechfans toys, they don't disappoint when it comes to accessories. We'll start off with my favourite part of any Mechfans toys release, and that is the Diaclone power suit. Move that out of the way. I love these guys. I think I prefer these to the bots that they actually come with. Especially this one, that is an awesome purple with some very cool, well done reflective gold paint up there. A V or a 5, whichever you want. Body opens like that, so you can put in one of the pilots that you get with the other Mechfans toys releases. I think Sludge came with one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. All of the joints are nice and tight, and he's very, very dynamically posable. I love it. I really love these. And then you get all of his little weapons that come with him. He is covered in little tabs, like little tab holes. So you can really customize these weapons however you want. I think these cannons look pretty good on his shoulders. Just like that. And then you've got these little like repair tools. There you go, underneath. Just like that. Very cool. I really like it. Also get like a little storage container for the power suit. Jeez, it's tight. There we go. He just folds up and sits in the back. And then we get some sort of battery pack attachment. I'm not really sure what this is for. I'm sure it has something to do with a bigger Diaclone set, the Lost Planet series, but to store it, it just tabs on the back of the storage container like that. Alright, so a few guns, power suit, all that sort of stuff. Main accessory are his extra hands. And they're done really nicely. Really nice. Not seeing any bubbles, no mold lines, nothing. Let's get his blade out hand. Alright. So to chuck that on, it's really, really easy. These hands just pop out. And, oh, maybe not that easy. Now I can't get it out. Hang on, let me just get my dentist tool in. So I can flip this back up again. There we go. Thank you very much. So I'm just going to support that now. Plug that in. And there we have it. Not bad at all. I'm really digging that. Like, I would be careful with these fingers. Because, like, look how transparent those fingers are. That is some thin, clear plastic. I haven't damaged any yet, but I could see them coming off, so be careful. Alright, regular hand back on. Now let's get into the figure himself. He looks fantastic. This looks amazing. I'm really, really digging this, and I'm really digging the colour scheme of it. Not much paint to speak of, really. All the purple is just purple cast plastic, except on the chest here. I think this whole section is actually clear plastic with purple paint over the top. First transformation, I've managed to chip some of it off, just on the tips here, and just a little bit around the edging. Not a big deal, and just a little bit just around the bottom here, just from my finger rubbing on it. While I got it up close, the eye is still light piped, and it's light piped pretty well. And we've just got some silver paint up on his ears here, but we've got some pretty shitty mold lines there, but none on that side. That side's looking pretty good. Plastic quality looks great. I'm not seeing sprue marks or chips or swirls anywhere. Look at that. Mechfans toys clean their plastic up really, really nicely. A little bit more paint down here on the legs. That silver is done really well. I'm not seeing any chips or fuzziness, nothing. Both sides, very consistent. There's a tiny sprue mark. I think that might be the only one. On the back, we've got the backpack here that is completely painted silver. A few scuffs, I've got like a hair or something stuck in it there, but not a bit of dirt up there. But you know, overall, it's pretty good. Clear plastic looks great, especially on the hands, and you got the clear plastic on the cannon. The rubber hose is done really well. It's not too tight, it's not too loose. It moves quite freely. I haven't had it pop out at all, so yeah, it's good. Head is on a ball peg, and it's nice and stiff and tight. It's not loose, not anything. Shoulders are nice and tight. We've got a hinge here and a ball socket in there. Works nice. Bicep swivel is nice. Bicep swivel is nice. The elbows are very tight. Very, very tight. But if that was a problem for you, just a screw so we can just loosen it, I guess. It does have somewhat of a waist swivel, so you just sort of got to lift the backpack up just to get that waist swivel, and that's nice and tight as well. Have these hip flaps which move up to allow the legs to go all the way out, and that's a little bit floppy, but look, he's holding it just fine. I wonder if he'll balance like that. Oh, there we go. So yeah, perfect. Just if you flop it, it flops, but if you pose it, it stands effortlessly. Alright, so upper thigh swivel isn't the tightest, but isn't the loosest. And then we have the double jointed knee, the full range all the way around, and that isn't loose either. But when you get back to about there, you just got to bend the second hinge. Alright, get back in there. No, now I've done it. There we go. Toes are nice and tight as well. Little bit of transformation movement in the back there, and then we have a awesome range on the front of that foot, and the toe itself moves as well. Mostly for transformation, but you know, whatever. I'm really digging this. I think they've done a great job, and I really like the colors. The only thing that I would perhaps want to change is I think this color would have worked good for the hands, just like on the box art. I think cream colored hands probably would have worked, but that's just me. Now, he is oversized. I'm not sure how big the original Iron Factory was. I think it was pretty small, but this guy comes in at about 11.5 centimeters. So he's a little bit bigger than most of your regular Legend scale stuff. So we've got like Sharkticon. I mean, that's probably a pretty good scale. Bombshell, again, looks pretty good. But then when you get into the other Iron Factory stuff, nah, he's too big. Too big. And then even if you bring in the Bruticus, a little bit too big, I think. But having said that, even if we go into the Mechfans Toys Hot Soldiers line, the scale is still a little all over the place. So we've got the Mechfans Toys 6-shot, Mechfans Toys Sludge, Mechfans Toys Swoop. I don't know if they're too big for this now, but they're definitely too big for little poor old Springer here. And I don't know. I think that's probably pretty good. Let's just move back. I think those two work together pretty well. Although I don't think, did they even have any episodes together? Did he die in the movie? I think he might have. So, but they scale pretty well together. But then even, you know, like Hot Soldier Soundwave, he needs to be a bit beefier to sort of go along with that. But that is a pretty beefy design. But Galvatron looks pretty piss weak in comparison, I think. But, you know, at least he's tall enough. Well, ish, I guess. I would have expected Galvatron and 6-shot to be a little bit closer in line, but that's just me. But anyway, let's get rid of all of this stuff and get onto the transformation. As you can imagine, there isn't really much to it. It is exactly the same as the Iron Factory transformation. They haven't changed anything or improved anything. It's just bigger. Right, so we're going to open the chest, try not to chip the paint, and fold his head inside like that, close that up. Then rotate his arms up like that. Fold the hands, fold them in, fold the cannon, and then rotate the forearms facing that way, and then shimmy these up and put them together. Next, detach this and bring it all the way forward. Oops. That's a problem I have with mine. This clear piece just keeps falling out. Probably just needs a spot of glue just on the inside here where you're not going to see it, because it's not really a firm fit, just keeps falling out. But anyway, so fold this forward and then just get the hands, well, the wrists I guess, just underneath the target bit there. Now mine won't go completely straight, but it doesn't seem to matter. And then grab this section here, fold it down, and it doesn't tab into anything, it just sits there. Fold your target up like that, and then we're going to get stuck into the legs. Firstly, grab the heels, fold them all the way in, and then grab the feet, fold them, and then squish the toes down. Untab that, bring it around. There we go, it's just a little bit stuck. Bring them. Open these shin sections. Now this was an issue on the Iron Factory, this joint, so I'm just going to bring the knee all the way down like that, and then force the knee in that way, and then rotate it, fold the knee down, bring that down. Actually, that wasn't too bad. I was expecting it to be much worse. So fold it in like that, get it sort of lined up on a 90-degree angle, and then just push the whole section in, and then you're able to rotate it still and just push it in the last little bit. Let's just hinge that all the way around a bit further and tab the handle in there. See what I'm doing? Bring it around a little bit and then it'll sit flush. Bring these two together and just tab them in. Oh, I forgot that bit. There we go. Fold the hip flaps back in, straighten it all up a bit, and there he is. A little bit wonky. Maybe I haven't done it properly, but anyway, that's him in gun mode. I wish that they would have added a couple of tabs in there or something, just something to help keep him straighter. But yeah, not much to speak of. It's all holding in together pretty well, except that the hips is a little bit floppy and with that waist swivel. But yeah, looks good. Looks pretty good. This sort of sucks a little bit, but if it really bothered you, I guess you could pull that out before transformation. Maybe put the other fist in, and it will look the same on both sides. But yeah, I don't care. Now, so this won't really fit with any of the other Legend stuff. So even, you know, like I got Iron Factory Bruticus here. He's armless. Look at him, he's armless. But that is just too big for him, of course. But what it might work for is couldn't fit the OS Bruticus in the studio area, but I did bring in his arm, so just see if that will, see how that looks. I'm not a fan of these of the Bruticus hands, for sure. That the way they do the thumb, yeah, if you messed with it, you'd probably get him to hold it a bit better. But I think that's a perfect size for your Jinbao Bruticus. Look at that, perfect. All right, so final thoughts wise, is it worth it and should you buy it? I'm going to say yeah, go for it. Paint's pretty good. Silver on the nozzle on mine was a little bit dirty, but when it comes to the figure itself, all of his joints were nice and stiff. The transformation was easy. There was no sprue marks, well, no swells, no chips. Yeah, Mechfans toy stuff just tidies up really well. They present a good product. It comes in at probably half the price, including shipping, compared to the Iron Factory version, and you get a ton more accessories, all the Diaclone bits and stuff. And actually, I'm preferring all those little Diaclone bits that Mechfans toys keep putting out, especially after the Takara commercial came out. Have you seen that? Oh my god. I'll put a link in the description for you to go watch that. It is incredible. So yeah, if you're collecting the Mechfans toy scale and the Hot Soldiers, Lost Planet, all of that sort of stuff, I highly recommend you go pick this up. If you're collecting other Legends like Iron Factory and the original DX9s, probably give it a miss. I don't think he fits. But that would be the only reason not to bother with this. And that's it. Now, if you enjoyed this video and you like what I'm doing, please like and subscribe to my channel. Remember to check out my Facebook for daily news and updates on KO and third-party stuff. I have a new Instagram account, #botsandbits, all one word. And as always, guys, thank you very much for your time, and thanks for watching.